So I guess our second topic is slightly gonna merge into our first topic, and it's pretty much playing big open world games and like stopping them because we're exhausted and there's fatigue over it, and just like, and then when we go back, we're like, where the fuck am I? And after that, you're like, I'll move on to the next game. So pretty much, I'll throw it to you.
Yeah, I'm first this time. No, you did good though. But I went first this time.
No, that's fine.
I like to switch it up.
I know. Yeah, we
I went
ping
first last
pong.
time.
We played
I
ping
don't
pong.
know.
So the best example I got is Final Fantasy 15. That game is super fucking long. A lot of people are like, oh, I beat it in like 3-4 days. It's like, well, because I got, I work 8 hours a day. But then I played it like maybe 30 hours into it, and then I started playing Season 2 of Overwatch. I kind of got into that. I stopped playing fucking Final Fantasy for like maybe 10 days. I go back and I'm like, where the fuck am I? What am I doing? So I sold the game to my friend.
But is it an open world game or is it just linear? Type game?
They have a linear story if you follow directly the story, but there's a lot of stuff you can do around. And it just got to the point where I was doing everything, and I was doing pretty good. Like my characters were leveling up evenly, and all that good shit. But I just didn't feel like I knew where I was going from that point, and I literally got stuck on a piece of concrete in the middle of this water area. So I was like, I don't know, man.
What made you want? Oh, I know Overwatch, but
well,
but still.
It's just when you have those long-winded games and that's all you're playing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you have the same thing too many days in a row. You're like, I'm gonna try this, and you don't go back to that same thing for a while.
Yeah.
So what happened to me when I was playing The Witcher 3? We talked about that for a second. Happened to me when I was playing like pretty much any long-winded RPG or any game that has a GTA 5. I put it down for a while. Luckily, that game is as easy to play as it is to hit a rock with another rock.
Too, so.
Yeah, it's funny. It's easy to pick back up because it's like point to gun shoot. But these other games that require more skill, more reflexes that you have to build over learning through tutorials, it becomes difficult to want to jump back into it because you realize how much work you have to put back into it.
Yeah.
I downloaded The Witcher 3 during the Witcher sale. I got it for like $25.
See, the reasoning on that, you buy them when they're low.
Yeah, it's like stock, dude. You gotta buy them when they're low, and then you can't sell them because they're digital.
Buy low, sell high.
Buy.
I bought
Never
that.
sell.
I tried to get back into it. I got up to the point when you first meet back up with Yennefer. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore, dude. I already got past this last time. I was in Skellige last time. Right now, this is still like another 20 hours away. Fuck that. So I stopped playing. My life sucks.
Did you ever complete Skyrim?
Yes, actually I did.
See,
but here's the thing, though. No, here's the
That's
thing.
what I do.
I
I beat Skyrim. I feel great.
I literally played nothing but Skyrim. I think on my first character, and this is my first character, I had about 110 hours before they actually beat the campaign, before I beat the story.
Yeah.
And I went back and did everything else. And I had 3 other characters who had like 50 plus hours on them. So I had a lot of playtime. And on my PC, it's like 500 hours altogether.
Jesus
So I waste a lot of time in Skyrim, and I'm proud of that. I'm not hitting the 3.6 thousand hours some of these other people are, but it's still good. But it doesn't make up for the fact that I missed out on a lot of great story. I learned secondhand from other people.
Yeah.
I don't live well.
But at least you can look back and say, I beat this
Yeah.
big ass fucking game. Monster
Or
game.
I fought a big ass monster, or I did something like that. One day I'll relive my glory days, but probably not.
Nah, you'll probably have kids and they'll play your games and they'll beat them.
Yeah, well, I'll be sitting around telling them stories like, this one time, me and my friend, we took down a Brumac all by ourselves. It's like, but there was also computer players there too. It's like, no, there wasn't. This is before that 4-player bullshit.
So we're gonna head back to Sith Lord Jinx. Let's hear your wonderful stories about this.
Let me see. I've played several games and I'm totally lucky about having a short attention span. So if I get away from a game,
You do, man.
for a day or two,
Jesus
I'm pretty
Christ.
much lost. So it happens over and over. It's like a bad thing. Like, let me see. I could throw so many games that's happened to me with, and I don't even remember when I finished them. Dead to Rights. I can't even remember if I finished that or not.
The first
I
one or
loved
Retribution?
It. The first one, I don't even. I have the second one, and I really don't know. Sometimes I don't know if I played it because I get the stories confused after a while. So the first Dead to Rights, one of them ends with the airplane at the end. I remember that.
Oh,
One of the two.
You're thinking of True Crime, Streets of L.A.
No.
Streets of
I
New
never
York.
played that.
You never played
No.
that because that ended the same way, like fucking like.
Dead to Rights. One of those
That's amazing.
because your dad's a cop and you have that dog. But so
Shadow, fuck yeah, Shadow killed many people.
so there's that one game. Of course, earlier when I talked about Star Wars, of course I didn't finish the first one, although I spent like 2 months on it. And then after when you're done, at the time I was married, so it was getting annoyed to my wife. Like every day I played 3 or 4 hours, spending all my money on Force Lightning. Anyway, so and when it got to the end, finally she came around. And I was yes, this is Darth Malak, and I'm gonna kill him, and I'm gonna be a Sith. And she's like, "Are you done with that game, man? You've been playing for the last 4 hours." Like, yeah, I'm at the end. I go, just need 30 minutes, probably at the most, and I'm done. And she's like, okay, because I want to go out to dinner. I was like, okay, yeah. An hour and a half later, I realized that it was futile, and I had made a mistake.
Heart, man.
I made a mistake, right? And she comes around, and I was like, forget this game, and I threw it on the floor. She's like, and she was happy. She comes over, she's like, oh, she goes, you're done with it? I was like, yeah, I did it wrong, so I'm not going to be able to finish it. She's like, okay. I go, so I took it out. And she goes, so now we're going to go out? I was like, no, I'm going to start part 2 now.
You shit, man.
Because I was on a roll still. I wanted to beat something. And she got angry. And she goes, I'm going to my mom's.
Oh, like, all right, can you pick
okay.
some chicken?
So I started on the second one. And I only lasted 5 minutes because I played too long for that.
They always
day.
say if you're brand new to it, you only last about 5 minutes anyway. So.
So we went through Dead. So I do it over and over, and then there's another one, Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
You know, I start off. Those are the games where you get to certain levels. I mean, you're going through it, and it's so good. And then I stop for a couple of days, and then I go back, and I forgot where I'm at, and I can't get the groove anymore.
It's
I was
all
like,
that
I must
muscle
have
memory,
missed,
dude.
I was like, I must have missed something, and it just doesn't feel the same. So for the first like half hour, I feel like I'm like lumbering around, and then of course they're retelling some stories because you forget the story. The story is important. You have an objective, but if you forget the objective, and you're just kind of like, might as well be playing Call of Duty or something.
You can't go on the map and like find like.
I mean, you can. They have ways for you to retrace your steps.
Yeah, but and it's just like it throws off momentum. Like once you start, then you're going.
Yeah, I know how
and you have to keep going.
Yeah.
And mostly all the games that I've done are like that. Like The Suffering, same thing. So you get on. So that one I was able to finish that one. But again, it's like if you break momentum, if you stop and you come back to it days later, you're screwed because it's like, did I go over here? Because one of those games is kind of like the new Resident Evil Suffering was, where you're going, you're picking up clues, you're looking at video, and you're trying to get off the island. You're trying to get out of the prison.
Yeah.
So if you miss more than 3 or 4 days, like, oh crap, did I watch that? Did I go and
I know.
see that? It's like,
I've had that.
And I've done that. I'm guilty of that because then, and what makes it worse is if you start picking up more than one game. That since I play that style of game, you can't be doing 3 or 4 games that are the same style because then, like what happened right now, I confuse storylines. So I don't know what.
I haven't been there yet. But
so I have a bad habit of doing that.
I can actually understand.
It kind of makes me miss like old games, like Mario World, where you can drop it and pick it up, and you don't have to worry about feeling confused about what's going on. You're still going after Bowser.
Confused. Like, I know what was it doing? Was I rescuing Yoshi? I'm
like,
so confused.
Oh my god! Did I pick up that mushroom? Oh, did I hit that box? Did I get the key to open up all those? Well, if you don't, if there's like a bunch of empty squares. So, those days were simple.
They were, and I know for me, like as a gamer, like I never really got into those games. Like I think I played one like RPG game on Nintendo. You're like this little ship. You're like going from one cloud to another. I forgot what the game was called. It was Luna or Lucifer.
Oh,
Lufa.
Lunesta. No, I forgot what it was called.
It was like 7 parts, I think.
I know.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was like Lufia or something.
Yeah. Something like Luffy, like Legend of Luffy or something.
Pretty much. But it was pretty cool. I actually beat the game. But after that, I just always stuck to Madden or played sport games, and I was always doing that like in my early 20s. And then I got back into gaming again for a few years, and I got back into like Batman Arkham. Then I started playing like a few more like Dead Island. I started playing more games like that, and then when I got the PS4, I just started buying one after another, And I remember a year ago when I was actually going on Twitch and playing games, I decided to do like a marathon for 1 week. And so one of the games was The Witcher 3. And I barely just got it because I got my friend hooked me up with the collector edition.
Fucking shit, I wish I had that.
And so I was like, I'll play this game because I really, it looks amazing. And it was. But the only thing is, and I'm kind of countering what I'm saying because they're really good about like when you stop and you get back in, it actually tells you a backstory where you're at. So it tells you, but it's just so fucking long, dude. And I got stuck in this one area where I didn't get enough health or enough medicine. I was stuck in one section, and I just kept dying and dying and dying. The same. It wasn't even a boss. It was just like some tough guy, some tough character, and I died. It wasn't the kid. I was that witch or whatever.
Yeah. The fucking like the water imp.
And you're fighting. Yeah, and you're fighting yourself. You know, because like they kind of like images of yourself.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I think
it was weird, and it was so cool the game. But man, I just kept dying, so I stopped playing that one. And then same thing with Bloodborne. I couldn't get past that. And then just one after another, just like, and then now I'm doing a little better. Like I just beat Resident Evil 7. So after I beat Resident Evil 7, okay, I'm gonna take a little break on that. I'm gonna play an easier game or a lighter game. And I went back to Walking Dead Season 2. And then before that was Watch Dogs 2. And then I beat Season 1 of Walking Dead. So it was a nice little streak. So right now I'm just jumping back and forth. Like right now I want to jump into Horizon Zero, and that's going to be a pretty big game.
But see,
too.
I would see any game. We got the thumbs up over there.
Oh yeah, great game. Great game. Absolutely right.
Which one?
Horizon.
Horizon? Yeah, I can't wait.
So I think that any game that has more than 15 hours of content, because you think about, unless you're playing on the weekend or on consecutive days off, you have to work, you have to do things like that, you have regular life, so it's kind of difficult to be able to jump in and jump out of those long-winded games. Even a game like The Last of Us, I was playing that for a while, and I put it down, and now I'm like, oh, where the fuck am I? So
I probably didn't beat the game like in 2 days.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, though. It's like back when I was in high school, I wouldn't have had that problem. Yeah. I didn't have this problem. Yeah. But as you get older, things don't work.
It's harder to get it up and
it's
keep
harder.
it up for a while.
It's hard.
One quick question, because my mind goes all over the place. And for some reason it just popped in my head. Should I be making eye contact with our viewers?
No, just us. just us.
Yeah,
because I did that a couple of times. I feel like
you can do that. You can
like this. No, I didn't have to go that bad, but just
I don't know.
It just
blowing
popped,
the
just
steam
popped right
face.
into that old
or into the camera.
How are we doing on time?
I don't know. We're good, man. We're good.
Okay.
I think about just dropping another topic right now.
We're talking about this whole subject real quick. This is the greatest story I've ever had. I was like fucking 12 years old. I had Legend of Dragoon was on PlayStation, and I stayed up one day on Thanksgiving and played it all the way through the first disc. I never got that far. Beat the first disc. Got halfway to the second disc.
Yeah.
Right. I go to bed, and then for some reason never touch it for another month. Okay. I get back to the game. Like I'm gonna beat the game now. Apparently, I saved it right before a boss when I had like no potions. I have like no age anything. I go and start fight the boss, and it whoops my ass. So it's like I never beat it because of that bullshit, man.
Feel my horror. That's how it was for Witcher 3.
You totally handicapped yourself. I've done that too.
Yeah,
it sucks. And then when you spend a lot of hours, it's like I can't go back to the beginning.
Consistently kneecapping yourself on every game.
That's what happened for me in Resident Evil 7. It was I forgot who. I think it was I was fighting Margaret. Is it Margaret? Right, the girl, the lady with the spider.
The turns spider.
Yeah. I kept dying. I think it might have been her or the one before that. But yeah, I kept dying and I kept coming back, and I only had like a few healths, one health, and like a few shells. And like, this sucks, dude. And I got through it, dude. I got through it and I beat him. But or her, I forgot. It was a while back, but. Yeah, dude. Yeah, when you get stuck like that, like Skyrim was probably one of the best games for me about stuff like that because I just go back to my last save. And
you just turn around, run out the door, and you're like, okay, we'll come back to this later.
But I remember, and this happened to every person that plays Skyrim, they like to take off autosave because it builds up your freaking memory, And so, like, when you're doing a quest or something for like 2 hours, and then somehow you finish it and you go back and somehow you die by one stupid little enemy, and then you forget to save and you gotta restart the whole mission again.
Story of my life.
I almost cried because one time I got to work late because I was like, "This is worth it. I'm in the middle of this quest. I gotta do this. I gotta do this."
Dude, Bloodborne and Dark Souls. I'm just saying, I feel you, bro.
Well, Bloodborne is different. That's just a whole different beast, man. It doesn't matter where you save. There's hardly any any what do you call it? Those points when you
Save
go
points, like
save
the-
points. Yeah, dude. Like only save points are when you beat a boss or an optional. I remember the first boss you had to fight. He goes, "Oh, this is an optional boss." I'm like, "How? There's no option."
The worst part is like, you know,
It's tough,
you
dude.
get that save point, and it's like, okay, I have so many souls right now, I can either spend them all, or I can keep going and get more souls, and then come back and buy the ability I want. But then you don't save it, and you get fucked up, and it's like,
Lose
God
everything.
damn it! Now I gotta run all the way past all these assholes. Anyway,
This new Mad mode, if for y'all don't know, when you in Resident Evil 7
Madhouse mode.
Madhouse mode, you get a limited amount of cassettes that you have to find for saves. So
Oh, really?
I already used up 2, and I haven't got past Mia. Just saying, just to let y'all know.
Let me
I might
save
have
the
to
game.
start. I might have to start over because the first one was kind of useless because I did with. Yeah, and so then I used the second one today where I maxed out my health. I used both bottles of health, you know, so I'm all good. I was like, okay, well this would be smarter, but I already burned 1 tape because you only have 2. This will be smarter, so I fight Mia at full health, and I have the pistol instead of like going back and getting the stuff, going back and
Yeah.
getting this stuff. But yeah, I used both tapes, so I'm gonna have to probably start all over so I can only have. to
you
use
put all your
one.
points in lightning, so I'm not really